Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Ready from Ready's Rise. I'm at the 2019 New York Auto Show, and we have the all-new 2020 Porsche 911 Speedster. Let's talk a little bit about Porsche and the Speedster. So the Speedster's been around since 1948. That's why they're going to make 1,948 of these. What's amazing is that it does sit on the 991 chassis, not the new updated one, but what's fabulous about it, it's basically a GT3 without a roof. So what that means is you're going to get that naturally aspirated 4-liter engine, over 500 horsepower. The thing screams the 9,000 RPM, which is just glorious. And then you get a choice, manual transmission or that fabulous fast-shifting 7-speed DCT. Speedster name so iconic, going all the way back to the Porsche 356. They brought the Speedster back with the 911 series in the 80s, and here it is, the all-new 2020. So let's focus on the design of this 2020 Speedster. Brilliant red color. I love the aggressive front end. It really shows you the connection with the GT3. You could see all the functional venting, metal all the way across, both top and bottom. This has been shaped not only in wind tunnels, but also racetracks, because remember, no other manufacturer has won the 24 Hours of Le Mans more than Porsche. Nobody else. And if you're thinking, oh, what about Sebring? What about Daytona? It's Porsche. One thing I want to point out is when it comes to saving weight, Porsche goes all the way in as they can. When we look at the Porsche crest there, those German colors, that is actually a sticker. It's not an emblem. It's all about shaving weight from this 911 Speedster. Very aggressive. Love the headlight design. Another thing that they get from racing and endurance racing, because remember, if you're doing a 24-hour race, that means you are racing in the dark. As we come around the corner, love, like I said, the whole design, and check out these wheels. Nice flat black, matte. They're wrapped in those Pilot Sport Cup 2 tires. It's going to make sure you get that ultimate stick, just like you had super glue on the tires. Love the flat black center locking wheel. Check out that brake rotor. That is carbon ceramic. I had a pizza here in New York the other night. That thing is larger than the pizza that I ate. Massive Brembo calipers with the Porsche script. It's going to make sure that this thing stops on a dime every time and gives change back. 20-inch wheel. Absolutely gorgeous. As we go down, fuel filler door. Remember, it's up front. Fuel tank is up front. Technically, the 911 shouldn't even work, because the 911 is a rear engine car, not a mid-engine car. So that means the rear engine is hanging past the rear axle. Crazy to think that it works, but guess what? The proof is in the eating of the pudding, and there's tons of trophies that go with this 911. As we go back, what makes this different than a convertible is I'm going to show you here. I really like how they added the addition of the flat black to protect the paint as the fenders flare out, and then I love the Speedster tonneau cover. It's got the Speedster script here. Really looks just like the 80s Speedster. Nicely done, super clean styling, and I promise you, we're going to check out that interior very shortly, so don't worry about that. As we work our way back to the tail end of the Speedster, more of that beautiful metal grating to help cooling, because remember, like I said, rear engine, 4-liter, and the wonderful thing, no turbochargers, naturally aspirated joy and blissfulness for your ears. This car will give you an eargasm, I promise you. As we get to the tail end of the business, Porsche, Speedster name, LED lighting, the twin center exhaust, so clean with that rear diffuser, the metal grating, excellent what they have done with this car. Now, while we are about to get inside, let's go ahead real quick. I'm going to have Lori walk with me. We're going to turn around, and I want to show you, this is the concept car of that Speedster. So this was featured a few years ago, and this one, I just love the actual styling with the paint, and it shows you what the intention and purpose of the Speedster is all about. But let's go ahead and get inside that 911 Speedster. All right, guys, we're inside the 2020 Speedster. Like I said, this is basically a GT3 Porsche 911 without the roof. You could see its intention and purpose in this car. Let's go to the door panels. Love what they've done with the red stitching, leather everywhere. Check out the door handle. They don't actually have a metal or a plastic handle. They have a cloth fabric handle to cut down the weight. That's what I love about Porsche. They're willing to go all the way to help trim weight from the car and give it that extra feel. As we go from the door panel onto the dash, love the material everywhere. You have the chronograph package with that wonderful clock here up on top of the dash. And as we come down, just simple German exquisiteness with the infotainment. You got your AC buttons, and really this is the best part of the whole package. That traditional manual transmission, what a slick shifting, the way it engages perfect every single time, carbon fiber all around. You do have some buttons here. The good news is there's only 3 fake buttons. The rest is going to do your adaptive exhaust, suspension settings, turn off your traction control, stability control, all that kind of stuff. You do have where it has auto rev match downshifting, which you could easily turn off. And then really my favorite part of the interior is the actual the seats in this car. Wonderful setup with the seats. I do like the way they're fully bolstered. These are race seats. You fall into these seats. They are fabulous. Really, really spot on, mind-blowing. But why don't you come on over here and I'll show you the business end behind the wheel. All right, guys, we're sitting in the 2020 911 Speedster. I love the steering wheel in this car. The thickness is perfect. You have the red stripe to tell you where is top dead center. Tachometer, large and proud, right in the center, 9,000 RPM. This produces over 500 horsepower. Let me show you a little fun fact. If you've ever wondered why is it on 911s that you put the key in or the key fob on the left-hand side, there's actually a reason behind that, and it has nothing to do with styling or design. It has to do with racing. At endurance races like the 24 Hours of Le Mans, back in the past, the drivers, they would hear the gunfire off and have to run to their car. What the engineers figured out is that by putting the key on the left side, the driver was able to get in, put it into first gear, and get off the starting line. That actually shaved off some time to make sure that those 911s would stay out front after qualifying. But just, it's things like that that make a 911 just an amazing car. Like I said, 6 feet tall. I feel great in the seat. They are highly bolstered. You do have some simple controls for power assist and whatnot, but this is going to make sure that when you do your track day, you do your autocross event, or just take it down a fun twisty road, it's going to hold you in place. But if these are the types of things you like to see on Rady's Rides, special cars like the 911 Speedster, if you're wondering what's the price tag on this, MSRP around $275,000. Yes, I'll say that again, $275,000. But if you like to see cars like this on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new to the channel and you just showed up, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you have checked out different forms of social media, definitely want to check those out. Make sure you get yourself some merch. Click the link in the description. Takes you right to Spreadshirt. Got to give it up to my main squeeze, Lori Rady, for working the camera and getting this Speedster with all these crazy nut jobs around. So thank you, Lori. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.